it's Andrea Jensen, and in this video, we're going to talk about remembering your big picture. So that big something that you're striving for, those goals that you set for yourself, so you can remind yourself to take action every single day towards them. So what we're going to talk about today, we're going to unpack how to keep your head up so that you can see those opportunities that are going to move you forward and bring you fulfillment. We're going to talk about strategies to remember your big picture because it's easy to get stuck in the grind and forget what we're striving for. And then we're going to talk about how to track your progress because tracking progress is a really cool tool that you can use to keep yourself motivated. So here we go. This visual again, if you're sick of it, well, sorry, I really like it, and because it works and it really visualizes how people get stuck in their comfort zones. If you see the picture, as we get older, it's easy to stay in the comfort zone because things become routine. We get really good at doing certain things. But the thing is, when you get too stuck in your comfort zone, when you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, it loses the excitement and that fulfillment that you used to get from learning new things and trying new things. You're not really getting it anymore. And when you stay in your comfort zone, you can see in the picture, it's dark. And when it's dark, when you're stuck in that comfort zone, when you've got your head down, it's really hard to see the opportunities that you have that could be right in front of you. So I want you to think about lifting your head up, looking around you, because as soon as you do that, you'll be able to see new opportunities. And when I talk about new opportunities, I'm not saying to quit your job and move to Hawaii and become a surfing instructor. If you do want to do that, that'll be awesome. Maybe let me know. Maybe I'll come for a surfing lesson with you. But the thing is, you could even stay in your same job and lift your head up and find opportunities for growth in your current company, in your current organization, even in your current job to take on something that could bring joy, that could bring fulfillment to your life. It's just the idea of looking up and being open to those new opportunities. And as soon as you make that shift in your mind, you will be surprised the kind of opportunities that present themselves. So I really want you to think about not putting your head down and getting stuck in the details of your work, focusing on only getting things done. I want you to take a minute and remember regularly to keep your head up. Look around you, talk to people, look for new opportunities. And when you see one, just reach out and grab it, or explore it, or see what would it take for you to take that on. And just be really curious. Don't put so much pressure on it, but just look around you and you'll be able to see that there are so many opportunities available for you. And let's talk about your big picture. How are you going to remind yourself of what you are striving for? Because it is really easy to get stuck in the details, to get stuck in that routine, to get into that groove of doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and not being able to see those new opportunities, not being able to remember to lift your head up. So I want you to think about your routine. How can you remind yourself regularly that there is something that you are striving for, that there is something that is fulfilling to you that you want to have in your life? I will give you a couple examples. So they could be things like, for example, I have a vision board behind me. This is in my office. There's pictures that inspire me, that remind me of the things that I want to achieve, things that bring me joy. So that's one reason. Another way is to use the calendar. So maybe when every season changes, just take a minute to be like, okay, I'm just going to take a little check-in with myself to see what am I striving for and where am I at today with my goals? How am I feeling professionally? How am I feeling at home? Am I feeling fulfilled? If yes, great. How do I keep going? If no, what do I need to change? What actions can I take to move myself forward to find that fulfillment? You could put a reminder in your calendar. You could do it every year on your birthday. You could even, as you're drinking coffee every morning, just have a little ritual that says, hey, what do I want to do today? How am I feeling? I know some people, when they get home from work, if they drive, they turn off their car and they sit there for a minute and they just assess the day. And they kind of have a little self-reflection moment. It can only be, it's like really literally a minute that they use to check in with themselves to see, okay, what am I doing? What am I striving for? How am I feeling? And that's their ritual every single day. And this reminds them that they can strive for more. It allows them to look for those opportunities, and it inspires them to take action and move things forward for themselves. So I want you to write this down on your worksheet. Get creative. Come up with some ideas that you can remind yourself of your big picture. So now I want to talk about tracking your progress, because this is a really powerful tool. Writing down your goals and just writing down the actions that you've taken towards them. And this is the best way to do it because it gives you the ability to track you versus you. When you don't write things down, we don't really have a way to remember where you started. It's really easy to get caught up comparing yourself to other people. So comparing your career and your journey to somebody else's, comparing your success to somebody else's success. And really, it gets really unhealthy because some people may have more than what you have, and you might think, you know what, I need to be at that level right now, and it's so much easier for them and it's so much harder for me, so I'm just going to give up, because you get into that negative thought, that negative comparison feeling. But on the other hand, if there's people that are around you that aren't really motivated, that aren't really moving forward, you might be moving forward a little bit. But if you're comparing yourself to somebody who is really stuck in that comfort zone and not moving forward at all, you actually might be selling yourself short, and you might be capable of so much more, of moving forward to a whole new level, but you're comparing yourself to somebody who isn't really moving forward, and that can be unhealthy as well. So the key is to track your progress versus your progress, to track where you are a month from now to where you were today, to track where you are a year from now to where you are today, to track progress for yourself. So write this down. So write down your ambition, and the easiest thing that you can do is just take the last 3 weeks. So write down the actions that you have taken over the past 3 weeks towards the goal that you set during the workshop. That's simple. That is what will get you started. And then figure out a way where you can write these down. It could be notes in your phone. It could be a text message to your friend. It could be a reminder in your calendar. It could be a journal. And I know journaling, people talk about that a lot. And it is really hard to be consistent with journaling. And something that I adopted this year after probably about 10 journaling failures, where I bought a journal and I wrote in it for 3 days and then I never touched it ever again. A friend of mine said, hey, Andrea, just take the pressure off. 1 word a day. Just write 1 word a day. If you want to write more, you can. And that's what I did. So I started in February of 2019 and I've been pretty consistent. Some days I'll miss it, but usually I'm good at pretty much about 4 days a week. I do write in my journal, and it's been really helpful for me to track my progress and recognize that I am moving forward, and help me to see new opportunities and really acknowledge that there's things that are really important to me and I need to look out for them. So I want to challenge you to write this down and really write down what you are learning along the way, because that learning, that's where you're going to get the fulfillment. That's where you're going to get the growth. And that learning is going to keep you motivated to keep going. It's going to motivate you to find that next opportunity, to put yourself out there, to take action. So grab a journal, make an Excel spreadsheet, make a Word document, a Google Doc, whatever you need so that you can revisit your goals and track your progress. So that wraps up this video series. For next steps, I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear about the progress that you are making towards your goals. And I don't want you, if you haven't reached your goal yet, don't stress out about it. Maybe you actually set a new goal. Maybe that first goal you set 3 weeks ago, that wasn't the right goal, and now you have a new one. If you have a new one, let me know, because I'd love to cheer you on and help you achieve that. Or maybe you faced a really big barrier and you need some help overcoming it. I would love to help you do that. So send me an email and let me know where you're at. And you can also follow me on Instagram. You can listen to my podcast. It is called Diversity at Work. It's available everywhere that you get podcasts. You can find me on LinkedIn and you can find me on Facebook. So thank you.